Greetings, Exiles. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to craft gloves similar to these that just recently sold for 130 div. These gloves are good for any +2 strike build. For example, Molten Strike, which is a very popular build this league, and also amazing for smite builds. But before we do that, heads, I win and you subscribe. Tails, you lose and you subscribe. Tough luck, chump. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ray, and welcome back to another crafting video with your boy. Thank you guys so much for 200 subs. We actually hit it overnight when I was sleeping. It's amazing. I'm glad I can help you guys out. Once again, I want to throw out a disclaimer that I will make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm not the utmost god at crafting and never will be. I feel like I made a couple mistakes in my last amulet video, and reading through the comments, you guys are amazing and helping me learn and get better, so I appreciate you guys. So if I do anything wrong in this video, or you know a better trick, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be sure to favorite it and reply to it just so others can see it. So today we're going to craft martyr gloves for +2 strike builds. Similar to these suffixes, the non-val strike 2 additional nearby enemies. These are good for a lot of builds this league that are strike builds or melee builds, but mostly Molten Strike of Zenith. I believe it's called. I have a couple in our guild stash. Molten Strike of the Zenith. This was one of the most popular, if not the strongest build this league. One of my buddies actually played it, and his damage was absolutely disgusting before he quit, but he ended up getting it to like such an overpowered version, aka he had like the original Sin, and he had MB, and he had the returning Proj sword, but it is a strong build nonetheless. So today I'm going to show you guys how to craft gloves for it from scratch. So first off, we bought a base with with fractured chaos resistance, which is step 1. I bought this for 4 divines, I believe, for 4 divs. The better version of these gloves would be the paladin gloves, but a fractured chaos resistance is about 15 divines, and honestly the energy armor shield isn't that much different, so I decided to settle with these ones. It's actually only a 2% base roll, so we're actually going to take the sacred orb and hit, and it actually went up. It's a lot better now, so we're happy with those. So now we're going to start. So first things first, we're going to make this into a rare item. Next, we're going to actually grab some deafening essences of zeal. I already pre-bought them, and we are going to spam until we hit T1 strength. So actually the typing doesn't do nothing, so we're just gonna roll. So we hit T3 here. Unfortunate. We're gonna keep going until we see T. And there we have it, T1 strength. So, oh my god. So the next step originally was going to be to hit T1 life with it. But we actually already just hit T1 life. So that's kind of nuts. That doesn't normally happen. This is something that usually happens on my Craft of Exile, but this is a great outcome. So since we actually got lucky and we hit the T1 life, we're going to go for something a little crazy. Something that if you were to elevate these and you want to go to the next step, what you would go for is a +2 to melee strike range. So originally, if I were to settle here, which a lot of you guys would be happy to settle, because the gloves that I showed that sold for this amount of divs actually sold like this. They crafted +1 to level of melee strike gems, and they sold. We're going to try to hit the unveil for this to hit the +2. It is rare. I believe it's 1 in 7 or 1 in 8. So if you're low on funds, you're going for this build on a budget, do not go for this step. Craft on the +1 like this and go to the end of this video or the timestamp where we start to do the prefixes, and I mean the implicits, because the implicits are going to cost you also a lot of moolah, baby. So Make sure you save some money for implicits because we need to get the +2 non-val strike. So skip ahead to there. If not, if you want to go for your end-all, be-all beast gloves, then you want to try to do what we're about to do on the next step. Right, so we just bought some wild bristled mantrin from fellow Exile. The reason why I like this trick is because I'm able to buy 7. I bought 10 wild bristled mantrin for 7 div. So 0.7 divine each. This will guarantee add suffixes cannot be changed for me, which is a 2 divine craft. So I'm pretty much saving 13 div by buying it this way, because it will take us multiple attempts, especially if we end up bricking the max life, which I'm assuming is most likely the case, is what's going to happen. Hopefully it doesn't, but I guess we'll find out right now. So let's go back to Einhart. Let's craft on suffixes cannot be changed so we can Veiled Chaos. I'm only going to attempt 3 or 4 Veiled Chaoses, homies. I'm not going to go all out. Honestly, it's smart to just stop right here. But because I want to show you guys what like the utmost endgame version of this craft would look like for these gloves, we're going to try the Veiled Chaos Orb. But you know me and Veiled Chaos Orbs. I don't have good luck. So let's check trade before we actually buy it for 15 divine apiece. Alright, so we're actually going to save 1 divine, lucky us, and we're going to buy it from a Black Mamba Ruby, because 2 on in-game currency would cost us about 30 div. So, well, it would cost us 30 div, and this is going to cost us 29. So we'll save 1 div. That's what I call a deal. Perfect. Thank you. And now for the terrible part. Now for the terrible part. We're going to go for the... We have to win a 50-50 right now, and then we have to win like a 1 in 5 unveil. So let's see what happens, guys. First, Veiled Chaos. And as expected, we failed it. So we're still going to attempt to go for the unveil. So for now, we're going to block the biggest mod that we can hit, which would be the... So it's going to be the conversion, fizz to fire, or fizz to any element. So we'll do fizz to cold, we'll block it, and now we'll go for the unveil, and let's see if we hit it. Honestly, if we do, I'll be a little upset because we hit it with the max life, without the max life, but let's see. So we didn't hit it, which is expected for our first attempt. So boom, that was a fail. So now what we're going to do, my friends, is we're going to remove the craft. Okay, so there's 2 steps we could do here. We could either use Eldrich currency in order to try to get back T1 to T2 max life, or because we have a lot of extra beasts, I'm just going to do the suffixes cannot be changed and reforge life until we actually end up hitting a life we're comfortable with. So I'll see you guys in a...
Prove to the first ones you are worthy, Exile.
So we ran out of beasts, so we're gonna try actually using some Eldritch currency and see how that goes. So let us actually add an Eldritch currency so that we can start doing this. So we're going to add, of course, Searing Exile, because Searing Exile is always for prefixes, and we're going to try to see if we can hit some type of high life roll. So we annulled that. Now we can craft on mana, and we can Exalt Slam, and there it is, T1 life. Okay. So now that we hit T1 life, we're actually just going to remove the crafted mod and go back, craft on suffixes cannot be changed, and attempt another Veiled Orb. And we don't have any beasts. Okay, Veiled Orb round 2, boys. Please hit suffixes, or please hit the armor and energy shield. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It hit the best one we could have hit off. Okay, so this is a great outcome. So now we're going to craft one of these mods to block, so I'll do lightning damage. And this is where, boys, we pray. This is the best outcome. We beg Chris Wilson, GGG. I beg of thee. Please let me hit this unveil. June, the Veiled Master. Please let me hit this unveil. If I don't see it, part of me will die inside. Please let me hit the unveil in 3, 2, 1. +2 melee.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
It hurts so badly, boys. It hurts so bad. All right, homies. So quick little update. It's been a day since I recorded the last part that you saw. I actually ended up just getting the gloves, like listing them the way they were. I know I told you guys that I was going to go for the Uber version, the expensive version, but these are the ones that sold originally for 135 div, exactly like this. The hardest part is getting the non-val strike skills, target 2 additional nearby enemies to exquisite. The way you do that is you want to roll it. In my opinion, the best way to do it is to roll it via the greater Eldrich until you hit +1 strike and upgrade from there with the Orb of Conflict. The reason why you don't want to go for the grand is because these are 18 a div, where these are 170 a div, and I rather go for this considering it's a rare mod. Then you just want to upgrade until you get it to the 4th tier, which is the exceptional, and then you want to add an exceptional Eldritch. They both have to be exceptional. Then it's a 50-50 from there, and you want to pray that you end up hitting the +2 and that it goes to exquisite. So these are them. So what I decided to do was try a different route. I decided, why don't I buy them instead with Chaos Res with max life? Because then, of course, the suffixes become harder. But the every time I every time I Veiled Orb and I miss, I don't have to re-roll for max life, which could take multiple divines. And I figured, let's try it. So I ended up crafting this off recording last night. I was hanging out with my girlfriend, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna do this, not record it, see what happens. And it ended up working. I ended up hitting it on the 2nd try. I'll show you guys exactly how I did it, but I ended up hitting the Veiled mod 1st try to me, which was insane. So these are like a 300 divine pair of gloves. I put it for 275 just because I want to sell it and get some funds. But I'm going to teach you guys exactly how I crafted this on Craft of Exile. Alright guys, so these are our gloves. This is exactly the one we have. These are the Paladin gloves. These are the highest tier of armor ES hybrid that you can get. These are the best in slot for Molten Strikes of Zenith. And these are the ones I bought. I bought these for 8 divines. They go from anywhere between 8 to 15. But 8 to me was worth it for this because I figured that I could make it work into something nice. So first thing you want to do is get Deafening Essences of Zeal for attack speed. And you want to keep slamming until you hit T1 strength. So it took me honestly about 40 essences to hit it. The first try, actually I hit it in 1 essence, which is crazy. And then I bricked the Reforge, which I'll show you the next step. And then I hit it again in 40 essences. Of course, most of the time when you hit it, you're going to end up hitting it. For example, say this was strength, you're going to end up hitting it with another suffix. You're going to have to annul in that case. But if you don't and you hit it open prefix like this, let's say this was strength, for example. I'm just going to craft on strength just for the point of not wasting too much time. So say we had something like this. What we're going to do now is we're going to do suffixes cannot be changed. So hopefully you have an open prefix. If you do not have an open prefix, very simple. You want to make sure you have a Searing Exarch implicit, and then you want to use a Eldritch Chaos of Annulment, and then boom, it'll hit off your extra prefix that you can craft on suffixes cannot be changed. Very simple when it comes to Eldritch currency. It's such a good quality of life. Boom, and then now we're going to go for the Harvest Reforge. So like I said, this is a little bit more of a harder technique trick to get the suffixes as opposed to having the chaos already fractured. So we hit it. We actually ended up hitting T2. I would have settled in my build for T2, but of course I ended up hitting T4. And then if you hit this, say you're not happy with T2, you're going to have to annul. So you want to annul if you, oh, we didn't miss. Boom, we actually hit it there, but say you ended up hitting something else, you would have to restart with the essences until you hit T1 strength again, and then with an open suffix. So it takes a little bit more upfront cost when it comes to the suffixes, but then the prefixes become a breeze after that. So we're going to do suffixes cannot be changed one more time. We're going to harvest reforge. Boom, we didn't hit it. Boom, we didn't hit it. Boom, we didn't hit it. Okay, boom, we hit it. So this is where I ended up. From here on out, it's very, very easy to do the prefixes. You never have to worry about life. You never have to worry about breaking your suffixes. What you want to do is just get rid of this other additional prefix. So what we can do is, like I said, Eldrich annul. Boom, it's gone. Now we're going to do suffixes cannot be changed once more, and we're going to veiled orb. After you veiled orb, you're guaranteed to hit the suffixes cannot be changed. You can't hit the max life like in the previous part. And then we're going to craft on a blocking mod. The best mod to block would be fizz to cold conversion. And then we're going to unveil and hope we see this exact one. This is exactly how I hit it on the first try with the +2 of melee strike range, +2 to socketed melee gems. So that is exactly how you craft it. Then after that, you're going to craft on leeching. And your thing is done, guys. Damage while leeching, and boom, there you have it. A 200 plus divine pair of gloves. Of course, you're going to want to do the Eater and Exarch after, which is going to take a bit of time because you're going to have to add the implicits, and you're going to have to use the orb to try to elevate them. It takes a bit. It took me about 20 to 25 divines worth of upgrades to get it to exquisite, but at the end of the day, you make your money back when you sell, or if you end up using these gloves, it's well worth it for the +2. Heading back in game, we're going to price check these gloves just to see what they're going for roughly, just so I can give you guys a bit of an example. It might not show up. I'm not sure. I hope it does. Oh, it's only mine that come up. Oh, because of the white sockets. Let's get rid of the white sockets. So there's actually 2 on the market right now. So there's mine for 275 div, and then there's this guy's for 522. What a weird number. He also has his strength upgraded a bit, so he probably used the exceptional ones to get this, which is fine. I mean, I respect it, but it doesn't make that much of a difference. I mean, it depends how much strength you're getting. Maybe an additional 10 to 12% more damage, so I guess it could be worth it. But yeah, he pretty much has the same. He doesn't have the best pair of gloves. The Paladin are the best in slot armor plus ES. But still, 522 divines, mine 275, I believe a bit more reasonable. If this was peak league, I think I could sell mine for 400 to 500 because this is almost, if not perfect in slot. But yeah, that is pretty much how you craft these guys. I really hope. All right, homies, my bad. My game was lagging. I had to just restart. But yeah, as you can see, those are such nice gloves. I honestly wish I was playing the Molten Strike just so I could use this this base, but that is pretty much how you craft it if you're going for this build. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like in the comment section down below. I want to leave a poll in the description. I want you guys to vote on what you want me to craft next. I can show you guys how to craft a +5 helmet for armor stacking. I could show you guys how to craft any type of armor stacking rings. Of course, these are not the best in slot. They're pretty damn good, but the best in slot would be like triple implicit rings, mirrored rings. These are just good for players like me who can't afford multiple mirrored items in a league. Like, this is the best mirrored item that I have. I'm not rich enough to get a second mirrored item, but these are also fantastic. If you have any other comments or suggestions, please leave it down below. And thank you guys so much for all the support. It's been your boy Ray, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.